You are right if you say greed means wanting more, intense desire for more, doing better. That's right. But I do want to give you a definition with which you can actually work. That means let us assume greed means not knowing what exactly you are doing. Because imagine, I mean, sometimes, I do remember once a trader asked, he had a trade running for several days and he didn't want to close it. And people were saying, oh, you're too greedy, right? You just want more and more. And so the problem is, wanting more money is not the problem, because we're all on the stock market. We all love money and we all want to make more money, isn't it? The problem with greed is that sometimes we feel tempted, right? I mean, trading, 90% of trading, if we had a job description of trading, trading is 90% waiting and not doing anything, right? Waiting patiently for a particular scenario to happen, and then you have to basically see whether that matches your trading plan you have. If not, you can't basically, take that particular trade. So greed means feeling tempted by the very character of the stock market, that you can basically make a lot of money, right? Being tempted by all these candlestick patterns, even though you have not a precise idea what exactly you're doing. What do I mean with that? Now, sometimes we open up, I mean, I am sure there are people out there, they start their trading or their day as a day trader, they just open up the chart, and they first of all, they open up the chart and then start analyzing the overall situation, create a strategy based on their trading plan, right? Now, the problem starts already there, because from a psychological point of view, as soon as you see something, the subtle, influence already, kicks in, because you see something, and based on that, you already are somehow, your mind is already shaped. So the problem here is that before you open the chart, or that's not the problem, but my advice to you would be, before you open the chart, you already need to know what is going on the market concerning the forex pair you are trading. That means you need to know if important price levels got violated, like, euro US dollar. This morning, people, when I checked the traders' sentiment, it was saying 54% of traders were looking for buying opportunities. Why would you do that? A major price level got violated, 1.10. A major price level got violated. Plus, it's the last week of a month. Have you ever thought about the monthly level? How is the monthly candlestick going to look like? What do you expect? Have you anticipated some possible scenarios? What is likely to happen? Is it now likely to happen that people are going to sell off their positions, etc.? You understand? This is greed. Greed is, or fear, call it fear, I don't care. I'm not focused on the emotions, right? Fear. People may be thinking, but now the market basically, needs to offer a certain price correction. No. Why? Yeah, you understand? That means if you have no clue whatsoever, you open the chart early morning, you check the chart, you analyze it, or you watch someone else, and that's the worst case. You watch someone else analyzing it for you. That's the worst case, because you are not using your own brain. You watch someone else analyzing it, you create your strategy, but still you don't necessarily know what's going on. You are driven by emotions. Instead, what you can do is understand that greed is that, you have not a particular idea what exactly you're doing. And this usually happens because you just open the chart. Before you open the chart, you need to know what the current situation is for your forex pair, right? What the current situation is. If important price levels got violated, and if I say important price levels, I don't mean the ones that you see, sometimes people draw support and resistance zones on the hourly level everywhere. That is not the very idea. That is not, the core idea of support and resistance. So if you're doing that, you probably need to rethink if that makes sense for you or not. So that means before you open the chart, you already need to know everything, right? You already need to have a strategy, and then you open in order to gather, in order to collect some information, in order to see what has happened. Yeah. Another problem is that people don't understand where important price levels are, you know, psychological price levels. A psychological price level is not visible on the hourly level, never, right? Especially not when we are moving to the end of a particular month, right? Like today with Euro US dollar, an important price level got violated yesterday, plus we are heading towards the end of the month, right? So that's the moment when you have to start anticipating what the monthly candlestick may look like. What are possible scenarios, right? Now, another thing is not keeping a journal. Not keeping a journal, you know, at the beginning of a month, we're doing very well with our trades. And then there is maybe the third week or the fourth week where we just start trading in a not very, you know, in a not very good way. And that usually happens because at the beginning of a month, you usually have all the ideas, strategies in the back of your mind. And then slowly but surely, you start forgetting about these ideas. And this is where you end up in greed, because you still feel tempted to make money on the stock market, even though you ignore the fact that on the third week of the month, you started forgetting important ideas, etc. Yeah, not keeping a journal. And I'm not talking about a trading journal. I think every trader out there needs to keep two journals. One for your personal things, right? That means you need to make sure that your mind is, you know, it is basically clear, or like a canvas, right? You really have to make sure that you have nothing going on in the back of your mind. That means you first of all need to clear your mind. That's one thing. Another thing is your trading journal, right? Your trading journal where you basically write important things down, like your trading plan is there, your strategies, your anticipating scenarios, etc. So, and the major problem is what usually happens and why you end up, or why you get caught up in greed or fear, is that you basically, you know, in the third week or in the fourth week, you start ignoring your trading plan. Maybe you don't have even a clear trading plan. That would be a major problem. You first of all really need to make sure that your trading plan is written somewhere in your trading journal, and based on this trading plan, you anticipate scenarios, what is likely to happen, and then you ask yourself, how is these scenarios you created, how are they going to evolve on the hourly level, for example? Yeah, you create scenarios to both directions for buying and selling, and then basically you're asking yourself, how is this going to evolve on the hourly level, right? So that means you are always, and then what you are doing as a trader is you're always checking and rechecking again and again whether the current situation offered by the stock market, whether this goes together with your trading plan, whether it is in line with your trading plan. If it's not in line with your trading plan, even the best, you know, trading setup would be miserable for you because it doesn't go together with your trading plan. We all have a certain idea of having a good stop, you know, of where to place our stop loss, for example, and this is written in your trading plan. If a chart doesn't offer anything useful that is in line with your trading plan, you can't trade on that particular day. This doesn't mean that this is a day off. I hate it when people, you know, on the internet, you know, when people write, today I'm not trading, so it's a day off. What the hell are you talking about? This means you have no idea what trading is. Trading is 90% of the time you're basically sitting there and waiting patiently. That's not day off. A day off would mean you're not doing anything. What you are doing as a day trader, even if you are not taking a trade, is observing. Observing is the most powerful tool of a trader. Yeah, you're observing in order to gain some information, in order to understand what scenarios are developing on the market. Yeah, this is helpful for you because later on, the next day, you can anticipate. Yeah. So that means, let me repeat it once again, greed in our sense, and this is the definition I want to share with you. As I said, obviously greed means wanting more, intense desire to do better, etc. This is all right, this is absolutely true. But let me give you the definition of greed means you feel tempted by all the candlesticks you see, by the chart you see, and at the same time, you have no idea what exactly you're doing, right? And as I said, this usually is an accumulation of different elements, like opening the chart before even knowing what's going on. You really have to train your mind that you are able to keep this important information in the back of your mind. You need to know what the chart looks like without even opening it, yeah? If that's not possible for you, I would not know how to trade. Yeah, I'm honest with you. So these are you know, the micro steps that usually lead to the fact that you end up feeling tempted and at the same time not knowing what exactly you're doing. Now, this is like a vicious circle, right? A vicious circle of greed. Now, the problem is, why do we nonetheless keep repeating the same toxic actions again and again? Why do we always choose the same route, right? Why can't we basically escape? Now, the thing is that you will actually, you know, from a psychological point of view, you will keep repeating the same habits again and again as long as you satisfy a particular need, you know. And that is the bad news, isn't it? It's because, as I said, you can't change a particular habit, a particular behavioral pattern as long as you satisfy a particular need. This is bad. This is the bad news. But the good news is that it is actually irrelevant what needs you are satisfying. We don't need to, you know, we don't need to dig, or we don't have to. It's not, today's program is not about digging deep and going back to your childhood and trying to figure out what you're actually doing and why you're not successful at trading. That's not the thing. I have another suggestion. Take a shortcut. There is a shortcut, actually, right? If you are someone who keeps repeating the same stupid actions again and again, call them greed, call them fear. Fear and greed, the common ground of greed and fear is, in both scenarios, you feel tempted by all the candlestick patterns, by the indicators, by the charts you see, or by the people you hear analyzing a chart. You basically feel tempted even though you're not exactly sure what you're doing. Yeah, that's the common ground. And as I said, you will actually, for the rest of your life, you will keep repeating the same behavioral patterns again and again, as long as you satisfy a particular need. And as I said, the good news is we don't care about, you know, what exactly you're trying to satisfy. This is not today's program, and it's not, you know, it's not going to help you. There is a shortcut for you. Now, if you want to get rid of a particular habit, or if you want to learn a new habit, or if you just, you know, want to quit a certain toxic behavioral pattern, the best thing is write down the triggers you have, because at the end of the day, in a nutshell, triggers are the ones that make us act upon something, right? Triggers make you act, nothing else. Triggers. So that means we don't need to go back to your childhood. We don't need to go back to the question, what need or what particular need are you trying to satisfy, we can basically focus on the shortcut. And the shortcut is write down the triggers.
If you're an aspiring forex trader, we have a free Telegram channel where we're sending trade alerts, ideas, and updates on the forex market every single day in our free Telegram channel. Click the link to join our Telegram, 100% free, and we'll see you inside.